Hello everybody, it's really windy, so I'm going to try to block the mic from my cell phone. As you see, I'm up on a hillside, mountainside, basically overlooking the airport here in Samos. I just got here today from Patmos, and I went straight up here because I was told by some people who I trust that if there was a Sibylla sanctuary, that this would be the likely place. There is no direct path, but if you're brave and your desire is strong, you'll make it. So this is a small cave. You can see it, but you can also see there's charcoal on the roof, which means that it's been used for a long time. So if it was originally used as a Sibylla sanctuary or part of a Sibylla sanctuary, then afterwards people might have came and then lit a fire to be protected from the elements and also animals. Or they did ritual fires here also for Sibylla, but the charcoal doesn't look that old. So this is, you won't believe it, this is one of the smaller caves. I'm going to take you and show you the other ones now. I think I've reached the end of the line, numbering altogether 4 caves, some of them mammoth and extraordinary in their forms. As you see, it's not easy to negotiate this. I think I'll go back. Bear with me, I'm calling a series of films the uncut, uncensored films from the healer who's wearing flip-flops. Doesn't matter where he goes, just as long as it's summer, flip-flops. All right, now here is another cave. And this cave is walled in. But don't be fooled by that, because these stones that are piled before the entrance were placed long after it was used as a devotional place for a goddess or a god. You can see that. And that would be used by people who came here and found these caves, handy pre-made structures to spend the winter safe from the elements and safe from wild animals. And here, it's going to be bigger. I'll leave my bag for the entrance. It's quite... There. Now I'm in. So there. These stones were placed afterwards. You can see that. But what you see here, and you'll see it repeated in the caves that we visit afterwards, is that the ceiling was chiseled out, okay, and the stones removed. But you also see evidence that they built what we call niches. And niches are classic chiseled out places where they would normally place a stela, a representation of a god or a goddess. And in this case, it would be Sibylla. If you actually go down to the Archaeological Museum in Pythagorean, you'll see a lot of original stela from Sibylla, apparently found also up here. So this is quite interesting, really quite interesting, at least for me. And this is quite big, but buckle your seatbelts because we're going to see something really extraordinary. Like I said, if you're ever on Samos and you came from Europe, that's only half the journey to here, because then the other half is just making it up this hill. But if you share my passion and my desire to reconnect with our ancestors and their beliefs, which had a strong presence of the divine feminine, either expressed as Sibylla, Kabila, or Artemis, or in this case here, Hera was the main deity here. And her first temple, which we're going to go to tomorrow, you can see it there, was built 800 years before Christ, which means it was built even before Homer wrote the Odyssey and the Iliad. All right, now I'm going to go through a rather tricky part, but it's going to be well worth our time and injuries. I'm sure there's a better way to get here, but I just came this way. I'm I'm a creature of habit. So if I manage it one way, I just go back that way. Not necessarily intelligent, but it assures access. All right, now we're coming around the bend here. This is where I started. Actually, I started with one before. So this is a third cave. And this is something else. They say apparently on a website for Samos that the Sanctuary of Sibylla features two thrones. And Sibylla is well known for sitting on a throne, at least in Anatolia, and having by her side two lions. Oh, this is going to be a smaller one too. But still, clearly man-made. Clearly made by man, humanity. And this stone either came from above, but what you can also see here is some evidence that they might have carved niches out in front of the cave. And that they could have also held an image of Sibylla or another god or goddess. There's some interesting marks here. And well written with some pretty provocative statements like B6 the underworld, and caves are a symbol for the underworld, and B6B the airport. I don't get it. I don't get it. Somebody must have, and also some stuff which is now relatively unlegible. That's not important, because that might be done in the last 40 years. Now, let's see. Now, I'm going to take you around the bend one more time. Like up here, I haven't been here. There's like a niche there. You know, they didn't hedge their bets. You have the impression, with the amount of stela in the museum here in town, with maybe 10 or 12 Sibyllas, that the more the merrier. You know, the more images of Sibylla you have, the more protection you have, and security, and blessings. Let's see. Now I want to get around because I want to show you something which is truly, truly fascinating. Let's see. Hope I'm not boring you folks. Where is it now? Ah, yeah. Did I go past it? No. I did. Okay, I guess I have to go back. Sorry about this. Like I said, uncut, uncensored, unedited. Strange. Lost my orientation a little bit in all my excitement. Let me see. No, this is what I. Trust me, folks. This is well worth the wait. Okay. Because there's a cave here, which is comparable to most of the places that I've seen that clearly symbolizes all that Sibylla offers us, like a return to the womb, a birth channel, and a rebirth. And let me see. So we were that one. Now we go to this one. Thank God the wind's died down a little bit. All right, I think I got it. Never trust a flip-flopped mystic. All right, let's see. So, good, the best is saved for last. Okay, here's another structure. Now here we go, okay. So, this is a cave. This would be the primary place to venerate the goddess then. And it's clearly chiseled into the mountainside. There could have been some sort of original cave, but they expanded it greatly. And it's also blocked somewhat. And you do see some charcoal on the ceiling, but as I said, that would come from people who preceded, who came after, let's say, the time they were celebrating Cybele, which even could go back 1,000 years before the Christian era, if not much longer. I mean, the Hera Temple, the first construction was 800 years before Christ. And as I said, that nearly predates the Iliad and Odyssey from Homer. But look at this now. This goes quite deeply into the mountain. And you can see the stones on the floor were partly chiseled away from the ceiling above. And it goes deeply, deeply in. And this is what I went to the women's monastery on my way here and showed you the place where they have a chapel for Mary as it goes deeply into the earth and then ends in a chapel today, was clearly a place for celebrating Cybele. And this too, because if you look at it here, you're now in the depths of the womb of the Divine Mother, and then it leads out, and it leads out through the birth canal. This is all my interpretation, of course, but it's also my experience, and into the light. So when you enter it, it's almost like you're re-entering the womb, and then when you exit it, you experience what we call a rebirth, which Christ talked a lot about. So look at this one more time. Look at this. This is extraordinary. I don't see any evidence of a throne clearly, but it could be that these big stones once had the form of a throne. But this is extraordinary. Absolutely extraordinary. From here to there, it must be about 25 meters or more. And this classic curve into the depths of this cave. We see that also at the nunnery here, or the church here. Well, my friends, now I have to figure out how to get down in one piece. I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, let me know. Sorry about my disorientation, but as you see, it was worth it. And it's still pretty hot, even though we're now in the first couple of days of October and quite windy. And I have another 24 hours on the island to go pay a visit to Hera again. And, yeah. All right. So as I said, I'm almost certain that this would be the sanctuary of Cybele, because you have 1, 2, the second one's huge, and then 3, 4 caves in a row. Clearly, not just dwellings, but also sanctuaries, and altogether one sanctuary in the name of the goddess, Anatolian goddess, Cybele. It's funny, in German you say Kabyle because of K, and you say Sabile in English, so a rose is a rose by any other name. Yeah. Okay, take care, everybody, and thank you for watching this.